welcome. Namaskar to Prime Time, everybody. Namaskar to Prime Time at my daily news hour where I don't mince my words. I say it as it is. Kaun jeetega Maharashtra? Now that has become the big question that's being asked, and in the next month, the biggest state election battle, the Maha Battle of 2024 will be decided, a battle that I call also a Maha mess, because at the moment I think even some of the key players in Maharashtra are not sure what could happen in the next few weeks. Come November 23rd, when the EVMs or the electronic voting machines will be opened, 6 major parties, several smaller parties, not to forget the independents and the rebels. That's why I say Maharashtra should be renamed as Maha Mess for now. So let me try and make sense for you of this mess by bringing you 5 X factors or 5 key factors that will decide Maharashtra's battle this year. Maharashtra ka Raja kaun? Kaun jeetega Maharashtra? X factor number 1, the Ladli Behan Yojana, or as I call it, the LB factor. 1,500 rupees per month that is now being given to women earning an annual income of less than 2,50,000 rupees. So far, more than 2 crore women have benefited from this scheme. Some have got as much as 7,500 rupees already over 5 months, including a Diwali bonus last week. The scheme is being pitched by Eknath Shinde government as empowering women. Truth, my friends, it is a bit of a bribe to lure folks to fill the vote bank. What is being projected as a reverie when it comes to opposition-ruled states has now become a potential game changer in the state of Maharashtra, where the Bharatiya Janata Party is a part of the ruling alliance. The state's debt is only going to increase even further. But then, who cares? There is an election to be won, and at all costs, viewers, at all costs. A pollster of one of the parties tells us that his survey has shown a 2 to 3% increase already in the ruling government's vote share because of the Ladki Bahin scheme alone, the Ladli Behna Yojana as they are calling it. And in a tight race, that could be key. As we've seen in the recent elections, women voters can be rather decisive. The second X factor is the RSS, the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh. It is very interesting, but the RSS stayed out for the most part or didn't get fully involved in the 2024 Lok Sabha campaign. In Maharashtra, for example, the RSS was reportedly unhappy with the BJP's decision to go with breakaway NCP leader Ajit Pawar. The same Ajit Pawar that the BJP had called corrupt or the epitome of corruption. Well, Ajit Pawar is still with the BJP, only this time the RSS seems to have got mollified and has agreed to fully support the Bharatiya Janata Party in this alliance. I'm told that the RSS intends over the next month to hold 60,000, that's right viewers, 60,000 small and large meetings across the state of Maharashtra with various social groups, including in particular the Dalits and the OBCs. And next year, as you know, the RSS is celebrating its centenary. The RSS's headquarters are in Nagpur. Maharashtra, in that sense, is going to be home turf for the RSS. The Sangh, therefore, wants its own government headed by its own chief minister to run Maharashtra over the next year, so that these centenary celebrations are absolutely uninterrupted and they get full state support. Can the RSS deliver on that ground will be a crucial X factor to watch out for. The third X factor in Maharashtra is the grand old man of state's politics, Sharad Pawar. This is by all accounts 84-year-old Sharad Ji's last election. He has been in Maharashtra politics since 1960s. He fought his first election in 1967. That's an incredible 57 years ago. And unlike other politicians, Pawar likes to keep his cards close to his chest. He hasn't been saying much even as the other parties battle for more seats within their respective alliances. Mr. Pawar instead is carefully focusing on around 60 to 65 seats where he believes he has a real chance of winning. I must tell you, he is working incredibly hard for someone at that age and is focusing primarily on getting a high strike rate as he did in the Lok Sabha. If he can win anything between 40 to 55 seats and then create a situation where no alliance can form a government without his support, that's possibly his game plan. Viewers, don't even rule out Pawar merging with the Congress party. His NCP with the Congress, that could be a potential alliance after the elections, or maybe pushing for a deal which can secure his party and also his daughter Supriya Sule's future. Our fourth X factor, my friends, is Chief Minister Eknath Shinde himself. Well, 2 years ago, when Shinde became Chief Minister, the question being asked in the corridors of power in Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde who? Kaun hai ye Eknath Shinde? Well, not like that any longer. A recent survey shows that Shinde's popularity has risen since the Lok Sabha. The Ladli Behna scheme is also identified with the auto rickshaw driver turned Neta. Shinde is a shrewd operator and, more crucially, a highly resourceful one. A top bureaucratic source tells me Shinde is practicing Tijori Kholo politics. Just open up the treasury. He is ready to throw money if it will secure him his votes and a possible return as Chief Minister to Maharashtra. And like Pawar, Shinde too works incredibly hard. He sleeps, I gather, just for a couple of hours every day. He has many weapons with him, including the famous Maratha activist Manoj Zadange Patil. Will Shinde use Zadange Patil to divide the Maratha vote in a way, or the opposition's Maratha vote? It's just one of the questions which is currently blowing in the Maharashtra's wind. And the fifth X factor is agrarian distress. You know, there is a Maharashtra way beyond the bright celebrity likes of Mumbai and Pune, especially in Vidarbha. Farm suicides have remained an issue that have haunted rural Maharashtra for decades now, viewers. The Congress in particular has been trying to tap into this and get what some call its DMK vote base in these areas, and I'll explain DMK to you in just a short while. It worked for them in the Lok Sabha. Could it work in the Vidhan Sabha too? Well, the battle in Vidarbha's 62 seats will be highly crucial to watch out for, because it will mostly be a direct fight between the Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party there. The Bharatiya Janata Party is relying on consolidating the non-Maratha OBC vote bank. In fact, Bhupendra Yadav, its union minister, has been parked in the state of Maharashtra trying to reach out to the various OBC communities. The Congress, on the other side, as I said, is relying on its DMK, not the Dravid Munetrik Kharagam, but the Dalits, the Muslims and the Kurbis. I'm sure you know who the Kurbis are. Kurbis, viewers, are the key agrarian caste, especially in Vidarbha. Vidarbha could be where this election could be won. Let's take a look at this special report. Shifting focus to the US presidential campaign now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you know that the US elections are approaching. They are just around the corner. November 5th is the D-Day. And speaking on the US elections and how the change in leadership will affect the India-US ties, our own External Affairs Minister S. Shanker has stated that the elections aren't going to change the equation between the two countries at all. Take a look at his suave response.
The impact of a new leader, do you see a possibility of any of them coming? Would you like to even name them?
नेम दो ही तो हैं यार।
तो उसमें से एक सर, अगर आपको कोई जो इंडिया के लिए अच्छा हो शायद।
देखिए, हमारे लिए सब अच्छे हैं। हमारे लिए सब अच्छे हैं because we have ensured it.
Sir, next question on United States, as elections are around the corner and we will see a new leadership emerging from the powerhouse of the world of today's time. Sir, how do you see the impact of a new leader? Do you see a possibility of any of them coming? Would you like to even name them? That
नेम दो ही तो हैं यार।
तो उसमें से एक सर, अगर आपको कोई जो इंडिया के लिए अच्छा हो शायद।
देखिए, हमारे लिए सब अच्छे हैं। हमारे लिए सब अच्छे हैं because we have ensured it.
True, sir.
So
how do you see the future with United States as far as relationship of ours is concerned? Because there has been some tension going on in that whole world with Canada. तो कनाडा के बारे में तो अगला सवाल होगा, लेकिन यूएस के बारे में सर क्या लगता है?
देखिए, मैं यूएस के बारे में ये कहूँगा कि अगर आप थोड़ा इतिहास देखें, अभी बाइडेन हैं, उनके पहले ट्रंप थे, उनके पहले ओबामा थे दो टर्म के लिए, उनके पहले जॉर्ज डब्ल्यू बुश थे, उनके पहले क्लिंटन थे। तो आपको याद होगा कि 2000 में प्रेसिडेंट क्लिंटन भारत आए थे। ये अटल जी की सरकार थी उस समय। अब उस विजिट का महत्व ये था कि पहली बार किसी अमेरिकन प्रेसिडेंट ने अपने मन में ये नहीं कहा कि ये इंडिया पाकिस्तान दोनों को इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट देना चाहिए, जो उनकी आदत थी। हाँ, तब तक थी, बुरी आदत थी पर आदत थी।
आदत सही है, सही बात है।
तो अब क्या हुआ कि उसके बाद अगर आप देखें, प्रेसिडेंट 5 क्लिंटन, बुश, ओबामा, ट्रंप, बाइडेन, 5 अलग प्रेसिडेंट, और अगर आप उनकी पर्सनालिटी देखें, पॉलिटिक्स देखें, माने दे आर रियली वेरी डिफरेंट। बट लुक एट द रिलेशनशिप विथ इंडिया, relation with each president, actually relationship has grown. So what does that mean? That can have two meanings. Either we have managed it very well, that is one meaning, or that today there is such strong common interest between India and America that with whoever is the president, वो देखते हैं कि भाई हमारी रणनीति ये होनी चाहिए, उसमें India is important. This relationship has more possibilities and therefore they look after it.
Sir, how do you see
Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal has conducted a Padyatra in the Wazirpur area of Delhi, engaging with the local residents and addressing their concerns. This event aimed to connect with the community and to strengthen the party's presence in the region as they now prepare for the upcoming elections. Kejriwal has emphasized his utter commitment to addressing the issues faced by the citizens of Delhi and reiterated his government's achievements in the national capital. Take a look at this. Minister Amit Shah has accused the Trinamool Congress of the TMC government in West Bengal of quote-unquote state-sponsored infiltration and declared that the Bharatiya Janata Party's next big target is to form a government in the 2026 West Bengal Assembly elections. At the launch of the BJP's membership drive in Kolkata, he expressed his pride in being part of the world's largest political party, the Bharatiya Janasangh, founded by Shyam Prasad Mukherjee. Shah has emphasized the party's goal of reaching 1 crore members and highlighted the Bharatiya Janata Party's uniqueness as a party led by ordinary workers, contrasting it with others that are often run by caste or family lines.
और गरीब कल्याण का महायज्ञ भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने चलाया। 10 साल के अंदर देश के 60 करोड़ गरीबों को घर में बिजली, घर में शौचालय, गैस का सिलेंडर, 5 किलो मुफ्त अनाज, 5 लाख तक की दवाइयां मुफ्त और बच्चे की शिक्षा की व्यवस्था अगर करने का काम किसी ने किया है तो हमारी भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने किया है। आज सुबह मैं गया था बॉर्डर पर, कुछ लोग मिले, उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि भाई हमारे यहां आयुष्मान भारत का अमल हमें फायदा नहीं मिलता है। मैंने बोला चिंता मत करो, 2026 तक धैर्य रखो, 75 साल से धैर्य रखा है, 2026 से बंगाल के हर गरीब को आयुष्मान भारत का फायदा मिलने की शुरुआत हो जाएगी। हर गरीब का 5 किलो अनाज सिंडिकेट की भेंट नहीं चढ़ेगा। मनरेगा का पैसा किसी पार्टी के चुनावी फंड में नहीं जाएगा। नौकरी के लिए, शिक्षा के लिए युवाओं को लाखों रुपए की रिश्वत नहीं देनी पड़ेगी। पूरा हरियाणा का चुनाव हम एक ही मुद्दे पर जीते हैं और वो मुद्दा है खर्ची पर्ची के बगैर नौकरी देना। कोई खर्चा भी नहीं होता, कोई सिफारिश भी नहीं होती, डाकिया घर में अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर लेकर आ जाता है। मैं बंगाल के युवाओं को भी कहना चाहता हूं, तो केवल और केवल ये भ्रष्टाचार को भारतीय जनता पार्टी नाबूद करे। भाइयों बहनों, ममता दीदी हम पर आरोप लगाते कि मोदी जी बंगाल में विकास नहीं होने, अन्याय कर रहे हैं।
External Affairs Minister S. Shanker has announced that India and China would soon restore patrolling along the line of actual control or the LAC in the Ladakh region to the pre-October 31st, 2020 arrangements, specifically in the areas of Demchok and Depsang, although he noted that this might take some time.
और आप लोग पत्रकारों से विनती है कि जो भी आप पहले वो आपको संबोधित करेंगे, जो भी भाषण होगा,
नहीं तो एक के ऊपर एक
और अपने फर्म को और मीडिया को अपने आप को आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे। धन्यवाद।
आप सबको मेरा नमस्कार। तो ये अच्छा हुआ कि दिवाली मिलन आज आप सबके साथ होना हुआ और साथ ही साथ कुछ बात भी करेंगे हम लोग। तो मेरा जो है चुनाव के बाद ये पहला ट्रिप है मुंबई आना, और आप जानते हैं कि तीसरे कार्यकाल में मोदी सरकार जो है शुरू से हम बहुत तेज़ गति से काम करना हमारा शुरू हो गया है और हमारा लक्ष्य जो है विकसित भारत है। पर विकसित भारत होने के लिए हमें जो है विकसित महाराष्ट्र भी चाहिए, और हमें विकसित महाराष्ट्र इसीलिए चाहिए कि अगर आप देखें आज़ादी के बाद इंडस्ट्री हो या टेक्नोलॉजी हो, लॉजिस्टिक्स, पोर्ट्स हो, एयरपोर्ट्स हो, टैलेंट हो।
Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud has clarified that meetings between government heads and the Chief Justice, whether at the state or the central level, do not indicate any agreements or deals. He further emphasized that during these discussions, government officials maintain political maturity and they refrain from discussing any pending issues. our last story tonight, let's shift the focus back to the United States and the upcoming US presidential elections. In the United States, as the election draws closer, it's now becoming a battle of star power. In Texas, Kamala Harris will be joined by Beyonce. She will help the Democratic candidate to get her message out in the red state. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is quoting another star, the famous podcaster Joe Rogan. He is America's biggest podcaster, a celebrity on YouTube with millions of followers, and the Republicans aim to capitalize on that. Now viewers, star power has long been a part of US elections, or any election for that matter. But does it really help? Do celebrity endorsements actually help to sway the elections? Do they actually help to sway the voters? If not, why do parties even call these stars to their campaigns? On Friday, Kamala Harris will be in Texas visiting the reddest of the red states to highlight the abortion problem in the state. But she won't be alone on the stage. Backing her there will be superstar Beyonce. I'm sure you've heard of her, and the Democrats already have a list of star-studded endorsements, from Taylor Swift to Stevie Wonder and now even Eminem. Beyonce's presence will be the cherry on top of that Democratic cake. Meanwhile, Donald Trump will also be trying to woo his audience with the help of another star, and that happens to be Joe Rogan. His podcast, known as the Joe Rogan Experience, was the world's most listened to podcast in 2023. That's just last year. It has 17.5 million subscribers on YouTube, so Trump aims to capitalize on that to get Rogan's approval as election day draws closer. Well viewers, celebrity endorsements like this are not new. Star power has long been a part of the US presidential elections. Back in 1920, singer Al Jolson wrote a song exclusively to endorse Warren J. Harding. The song was called Harding, You Are the Man for Us. Harding later on went on to become the 29th President of the United States of America. In 1960, American singer Frank Sinatra endorsed John F. Kennedy. He said, and I quote, "Jack's got what all the rest lack." His other band member, Sammy Davis Jr., however, had differing thoughts. He was at that time rooting for Richard Nixon in that race. Legendary boxer Muhammad Ali was a big fan of Ronald Reagan. In 1980, he backed him in the presidential race. Interestingly, however, the biggest endorsement of all came in 2008. It was Oprah Winfrey for Barack Obama. This was her first political endorsement ever. Her support gave him national recognition, and by some estimates, her endorsement won Obama over 1 million votes. But not all endorsements have been successful. For example, in 2012, Clint Eastwood endorsed Mitt Romney. Romney ended up losing the race. Then there was Beyonce and Jay-Z for Hillary Clinton in 2016. The aim back then was to mobilize the African American voters. Yet, Clinton still lost that election. The most high-profile endorsement of this year, came from Taylor Swift. In 2020, she backed Joe Biden. And this time too, she has rallied behind the Democratic nominee Kamala Harris. She posted a link to vote on vote.gov, which is a website to register for voting in America. The site got 405,000 visitors in a single day. Does that mean Swift has helped to sway the elections in the favor of the Democrats? Well, it's hard to say. 405,000 people may have visited the site, but we don't know if they actually registered to vote. Also, the impact of these celebrity endorsements, the impact that these endorsements have, is not always quantifiable. Yes, they do have an influence, but they are unlikely to sway the voters from their key beliefs. In 2020, 89%, 89% of the American adults said that they wouldn't change their vote because of some celebrity endorsement. And research backs this up. Celebrity endorsements often don't determine an election result. It applies to anywhere in the world. Then what explains the slurry of this star power? Well, it is to capitalize on the young voters. At least 19% of the young voters do say that a celebrity can influence their decision. So the whole idea is to get your message across to that young voter base. Now, as politics continues to intersect with pop culture, one thing is for sure: the power of fame is here to stay. In the end, it's up to the voters to decide if the spotlight of stardom will guide their choices at the ballot box. Take a look at this special report. Well, viewers, that's a wrap on this prime time with me, Anukriti Sharma. I shall catch up with all of you once again tomorrow at 9 p.m. sharp. Till then, keep watching CVR English for more news and updates.